people need to understand like certain actions that you're taking. You can either make the choice to take that action in feminine or masculine.
Yeah.
But the action in it of itself could either be feminine or masculine. And to give an example, like decision making is a masculine act.
Yeah.
Okay. And let me sort of break it down to give you an example where women will really understand it, and then men will understand it too. A woman will always ask a man his opinion. You know, if she's choosing out lingerie, she'll say red or white. If she's deciding what to cook, she'll say, hey, what do you want to eat? You want to eat this, that, that. When a woman is asking a man a question like that, a decision-making question like that, what she's asking him to do is be in his masculine.
Yeah, honey, what you like? Do you like these?
She can make the decision. She already knows she like red.
Yeah.
She can make the decision. Like, that's the easy part. But what she's asking you to do is live in your masculine as her man, so that she can make you a part of this process.
Right. And let me clear this up, because I see the questions coming, and I see where they're heading. Let me help y'all real quick. All right. Some of you ladies will say, because I hear this one on the regular, but Miss April, men have gotten out of position. I've had to be a single parent. I've had to do it all by myself, and there's nobody taking the lead. Let me help you real quick. Just because someone is out of position, it doesn't mean you get out of position.
Exactly.
You seldomly hear a single father say, I'm mom and dad. But you will always hear a single mom say, I'm mom and dad. What a single father does not do is get out of his masculine position. But what a single mother will do is get out of her feminine position. How did I learn this? I learned this now. You know, my children are grown and married now, but the younger two, William was in the 11th grade and Corey was in the 9th. And that's when I really started getting into this work of, you know, something was off. I went through this big breakup. I had to call off the wedding. I'm like, I can't do this because I can't be in my feminine, you know, with this. So, and then creators start taking me into this work. And I remember my sons, by me sitting back, leaning back, and being in that feminine, I watched my son's masculinity rise. Mama, you need anything? Okay, I just took the garbage out. I didn't have to start asking them for anything. They started doing on their own, and they started making sure I was good. They wanted to make sure they protected and provided for me. I also, ladies, y'all not gonna like this one, I stopped yelling. And when I stopped yelling, I watched my sons just totally, like, now, say something to me if you want to. Because they view their mother as a soft, gentle, little delicate woman. I did a study some years back asking men of different races to describe their women. The only race of men that described their women as strong was Black men. And I get why. But I always, and fellas, if you listen and hear me well. Stop calling women strong and independent. I want a strong, independent woman like my mama. Quit it. Because this is what happens. Let me ask you this. If you have some luggage and you needed help with your luggage, what animal would you think of to help you carry the luggage? I asked a friend of mine this the other day. He said immediately, oh, an elephant. I said, why? He said, because it's strong and it can handle it. I said, okay, baby. I said, why didn't you think about a rabbit? He said, April, why are you playing? I said, but why didn't you think about a hamster? You know, why you didn't think about a little rat? Because it can't carry it. I said, baby, that's my point. The more women call themselves strong, the more they put themselves out of the area, the circumference of getting some help. And the more men call women strong, they're not thinking of you as somebody delicate, somebody that needs to be protected, somebody that needs to be provided for. So what happens is men, and I'm not blaming you because it's a subconscious thing. You subconsciously put extra ish on her back to deal with because you view her as strong. Understand. Nobody comes to the rescue of the queen. Everybody comes to the rescue of the princess. Daddy's little princess. The queen, she rules. The queen gives orders. Doesn't mean she's not feminine, but the queen is more in the masculine. But let something happen to the princess.
Right.
Somebody coming to help her. Why? Because normally Princess is laid back. You know, she's a little damsel in distress, but yet she's still able to make moves because, you know, that doesn't mean she's incompetent or stupid or anything. It's just she knows I don't have to carry these bags.
You don't have to carry that burden.
Right.
Somebody wants to assume that burden for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody who's more well equipped and who's going to be happy to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's the beautiful thing. Like, the example I always tell people is like, my grandparents were a great example to me, man. Like, I remember my grandmother going out of town, and my grandfather was home by himself without my grandmother. And my grandmother cooked 3 times a day. Like, she was a stay-at-home mom, all that kind of stuff. And I remember, like, after my grandmother got back, my grandfather was like, "You ain't going out of town without me no more."
I know that's right. Wait, somebody said, so you teaching grown women to be princesses? See, this is the mindset that I'm talking about. Baby, I done spoke over your head. It's not teaching grown women to be princesses. It's teaching grown women how to lean back. Because, baby, just everybody ain't a queen. Y'all just, a lot of y'all been fooling yourselves. Everybody doesn't operate in queendom. But at the end of the day, the point is, baby, that the more you are in that masculine role of I'm her, I'm the queen, I'm this, watch your life and watch why you get mad because don't nobody come to your rescue. You can have the queen and the princess, which is the masculine and the feminine. That's what we're talking about today. However, most women, especially in the African-American community, operate from the masculine queen, ruling it, running it, controlling it, being combative with it. You know, that all of that, we don't need all of that all the time. It's a time and place for that. So I'm teaching grown women to understand, to balance and get your default back to being the feminine and not the masculine, because I believe that, now, but Dr. Bobby, you know, I believe when heterosexual men follow women. And if women get in alignment, here y'all come. No. But we got to get into the alignment. We are the temperature in the room, not the thermostat. The thermostat can be changed. I'm controlling the atmosphere. And when women understand that power that they have, not only does it work, you know, with the type of men that you want, and we definitely got to talk about that, because you said something the other day that women, they have the idea of the type of man that they want, but they have not become the type of woman that attract that kind of man. And I call it giving a cat dog food and wonder why it's not taken.
Yeah. And the other thing I'll add to that, just to add a little bit more clarity, I always like to give examples. I had a friend, she owned her own company, had her own house, own car, very educated, yada, yada, yada. And she kept asking me, why do I keep attracting what she called F-boys? And I really hate that term because it's very derogatory. And I think a lot of women put all men under that umbrella when the relationship doesn't work out. But we'll just call them fun boys. Okay. And so she was like, why do I keep attracting fun boys? And I say, you keep attracting fun boys because you're masculine. And fun boys are feminine. They're not feminine in the sense of, like, typically when people say a man is feminine, like, people think that he's saying, the person is saying that he's gay. No, I'm saying they're feminine in their energy. They're seeking to receive instead of give. You understand? Like, they're seeking to be nourished only by you and nothing in return. They're seeking all of the energy that they would actually seek from their mother. They actually have what's called an Oedipus complex. They may even be in love with their mother, so typically you would call him a mama's boy. Now, in many cases, this doesn't mean that this is a bad person, because if it works for you in that case, then it's great. But if you want an alpha male and you're wondering why you're attracting all the fun boys, or F-boys, or whatever you want to call them, is because masculine energy will attract that kind of dude if that dude is heterosexual. You understand? Like if he's heterosexual, he's gonna look for masculine energy just in a woman.
And that's when women get mad. It's like, he asking me to go 50-50 and half on the bills. Here's the thing. Let me drum roll, please. Some of y'all gonna get mad, but I gotta say it. Alpha men don't be looking for you to pay half the mortgage, half the car note. They don't be looking for you to do that. That's a different kind of energy. Masculine men, and correct me if I'm wrong, are looking more for the energy of the woman, how she inspires him, how he feels when he's with her. He's not concerned about, can she pay half the mortgage? Now, times fall hard. She's a feminine woman. That means she's a creative woman. That means she knows how to attract money. She don't chase it. So it ain't saying that he just do everything. No, what it says is alpha men don't look for that. Now, there are the other kind of men that a lot of you are running into that are looking for you to go half on stuff. That's a different kind of man. You can't lump those guys in with alpha men, because alpha men don't do it. Because normally those guys, especially if he's evolved, he got his stuff pretty much together. So the only thing he's missing is that other part of him, which is that feminine essence that he does not have. So if you constantly keep meeting men that want you to pay for everything, and we got to go 50-50 and we got to go all of that, it's only because you are the masculine energy. You are more of the dominant energy, because once again, even in relationships that are not heterosexual, there is the masculine and the feminine.
Yeah, always. I mean, I have both. I know lesbian couples. I also know like some gay dudes, and you always, in 80 to 90% of all those relationships, there is a masculine and there's a feminine. With lesbians, it will be a feminine female, and then there will be a stud complement to them. Same thing with men. There will be a gay man who is looking for a man he hopes that isn't even gay. Mm-hmm. You understand? So like even in homosexual relationships, they're still looking for that same energetic balance.